Are you the type of a person who has the urge to jump into conclusion right after your friend opens up? Imagine yourself in distress and realizing that you end up feeling bad of sharing to another person, and you decided to just to keep it. Sometimes I just want to be left alone, whether it is going to be challenging for me or not. Sometimes I have that need to talk it out to feel relieved. We try to check our phone and search for the right person to be talked to. We keep on searching, scrolling, and we can't find anyone in our list of friends. This friend may judge me, this friend may misunderstood me. We are trying to find the perfect person who can really understand when we start to open up. I just want to know that someone is there who really understand me. I may have a fear to open up, to share my vulnerabilities because of the judgments, criticisms, and what could happen after you shared your life story. It's kind of scary. It's hard. It's difficult for most of us.
Hello? Hello?
Find out the 4 ways how we can support someone when we are approached by this kind of situation and be that person. As started by mental health today in UK, speaking to a family member or a friend you trust about how you feel is just one way to alleviate suppressed feelings, and it can give you a chance to discuss what's bothering you. Having a listening ear can be such a huge comfort, or can be such a weight lifted off your shoulders. What I have learned is that for us females, we open up easily and understand each other better, while male tend to bottle up and suppress their emotion to maintain the what we call masculinity. According to calderclinic.com, research shows that bottling up emotions can make a person more aggressive. So, how to learn and help support other people? Number one is to open up. Whenever I would like to start a conversation with someone, I usually start it with, "Hey, do you know?" Or, "Hey, I'd like to share you something." I believe this is the best way to open the door to start or successfully have a conversation with someone. You have got to show them an example how to do it, and you're not feeling afraid of it. While there are some type of people who are not comfortable enough to talk about themselves unless they feel safe. We only became guarded when we sense that the agenda is the main menu. Otherwise, we feel more free and relaxed to open ourselves more. Number two is listen and observe. By the time a person starts to lower their guard down, that is the time a person they would respond based on how comfortable they feel about you. This is by allowing the other person to vent without getting interrupted and criticized. And at this moment, you are not entitled to what he or she is going through, the experience of the other person, and better be listening. You have also to allow them to feel relief. Based on my experience, some people they require your listening ears, while some they may require your advice. Whenever I get the urge to interrupt or tend to give advice, I will try to make it as polite as possible by saying, "Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Will it be okay to give you advice? Or how about how can I make you feel better?" But I want you to beware to some individual who are too agreeable, because they will just mirror you based on your own characteristics, but this can hide their own personality. Number three is asking for opinion. Asking a person's opinion is a non-confrontational and does not sound like you are attacking. This is like more friendly and only based on their own perspective and their answers. Well, for me, whenever I would like to suggest or to enforce something, I usually add something at the end of my statement like, "What do you think? How about that? What about you?" Also, when you ask them question, when you ask their opinion, it gives them a chance to add their own input from their own standpoint, not because they agree to what you have said or whether you have said it right. So from that standpoint, you're able to read and understand the person based on their response, what they believe, what are their priorities. Then we able to construct properly our response because you have gathered all those information and input coming from the person who is venting you. And from that point, you have gathered all this information. You'll be able to know where is exactly this person is coming from. You will understand what is the problem, what is he or she really going through. Number four is validating, or validate the person's feeling. All of us, we are entitled to have feelings, whether it is good or bad. Validating the other person does not mean you agree with their behavior. It means that you see their struggle. You able to put yourself in their own shoes. You able to see their difficulty, and it won't be easy. And you may also tell the other person that it's okay not to be okay. Typically, I have encountered some people and they may say that, "Hey, stop crying, you're not a baby anymore, you're a big girl." Or they may say, "You will get over it, come on." Or they also tell you that you will move on for sure, okay? Kalas, enough crying. Or kalas, enough crying. Or come on, forget about it, something like that. On the other hand, this will not make the other person feel validated. Instead, they most likely run away from you. To be honest, I used to misinterpret. or get misinterpreted by someone, and we only act based on what we believe that is the best for us, that is coming only from our own perspective but not for the other person's sake. I learned that was kind of selfish and does not build a harmonious relationship. Selfish in a sense that I did not take time to have in-depth understanding to what exactly the another human is going through so that I can act accordingly, and because I was busy imposing my own agenda. Sometimes we just have to be there, no judgments, just understand that this person may sound like attacking. This person may whine into something. This person sounds like complaining, or this person may be into something. We have to really take time. What exactly is this person? We have to understand what this person up to. For me, I think we can help someone change only when we change our own perspective towards someone who is venting. We instinctively respond to fixing mode. We are not supposed to be fixed because I believe that there is no fixing required, and we are already whole and special regardless of what gender you have. We are all human. We feel sad, we feel angry, we get excited. There is no weakness in opening up and venting out our difficulties. Why do we need to comply to the standards of society just to appear strong? Why do we need to do that? Why do we need to conform to that kind of standard to present ourselves in a way that we're acting not like a human? What I have learned is that the person who is having the courage to vent and share, to show their emotions, they are the most strongest and healthiest, while the other person who is trying to appear strong, they are the most insecure and weak. I am not actually afraid to vent. I'm not afraid to let it all out, as long as I am with the right person, as long as I know that I can be myself. What will happen is there is no regulation in their emotion. That is why they get more toxic. They become more toxic to a person's behavior. Maybe you are a friend that you do not have any idea how to help someone to feel better. What I want from you is be that person who makes the other person feel energized, especially at the end of the conversation. We vent because we are feeling negative inside. But the moment we let it out and we vent it to the right person, we feel more energized and positive. That means the person that who you are venting with is adding you that kind of energy by just listening, by just validating, by just understanding you. There is such a big difference, and I believe there is a power on doing that. And I think it feels so good, when you have that kind of personality, or you add a value to the other person who is talking to you. So, for those who are tuning in, thank you so much. And for those who are new in this channel, if you believe this is resonating you, please feel free to subscribe and hit the bell button to notify you with the new updates of my videos. Thank you so much. Let us seize this moment, and I'm sending love to all of you.